What's up, YouTube? This is Radio Station here, and this is going to be episode 10 of season 3 of Hibike Euphonium. So last time was kind of fallout from the auditions and all, and I do need to clarify that while I still feel like Kumiko's like there, Reina's what she said was mostly in the wrong still. But then I have to really think that every side is kind of at fault here, and I think I should rewrite this. Kumiko not being making it as decisive in her position as she should. Reina being a little too, being very, too. How do you say this? Just like too harsh, a little too, like she feels like it's everything's kind of just rough around it. Like if you disagree, like she will not she will not take it very well. And there's also the case with Taki as well, because he just kind of goes along with it as well. I know I understand that he wants to sit back and see this, let the students sort them out for themselves, but so far it's not been paying out as well as it should. And there's also Mayu, and don't get me wrong, I don't think Mayu's like, I don't want to say she's in the way, but she does hold some responsibility in that. I feel like there's a point she should be more, I guess, how do you say it? I'll make assertive. I'm not so sure if that's a good way to describe it. I feel like that she should, try to make a case and not try to be. I'm not trying to say that I'll be mean and all, but I feel like she's just kind of taking in things, as they go, and like she's just kind of, she hasn't been able to really, in my opinion, stand up for herself. Now, of course, I might have missed something here and there, but yeah, I do not. I'm not so sure what to think here. I don't think they're gonna do. I'm not so sure what will happen with the third audition. Like after this, we got 3 more episodes to go. I don't know if they're gonna do the performance this episode. Hopefully not this episode. Probably the next. But then you gotta really wonder like how much they literally didn't have like 2.5 episodes to wrap things up with the next audition, and you gotta really figure how is that development going to play in. It really seems to it really bothers me, but whatever the case may be, let's just go ahead and head into this. All right. Am I recording right? Sorry. All right. I was checking if I got the when I got the pictures. Like I know it's just sitting there. I just like, because this recorder for some reason I can't set it to a rectangular, and I don't want to show more of me. I want to show there's this thing with the screen. I just have to settle with things here. I wish I could set it to it before, but then again, I don't want to. That one is more risk at copyrights than in this format somehow. But let's see. All right. Let's get to it. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Just wondering what she's gonna ask him. Mm-hmm. The thing is it for the competition or if it, or is it inherently to try to challenge oneself? I'm not. That's what I'm trying to decipher here. I don't think he's making it as he's giving as obvious an answer as I feel like he should. I'm not saying just say it just say it bluntly. Just kind of like say it in a way that's a lot more understandable without trying to be like, oh, Captain Obvious sort of deal. Yeah, or he's doing it oriented to what their goals are. Vice President. That's what you wanted to ask. Yeah, but the one you did, I'm pretty sure you don't need. That's not. That's a question I don't feel like needs to be asked. That just that would just it would just bother yourself just asking it, and depending on what answer might have came out of it. Oh, well. Remember the same time. Remember that there was something similar that happened back in the first year, but most of these guys weren't even familiar with that, and so this is just the first. This is still mostly a first one. That's why they're complaining all now, even though it's kind of like a deja vu deal. No, I don't think. No, no, no. Kind is so kind is such a good girl, man. She's trying to wait. Didn't Oscar give her that? Never mind. I don't remember. Sorry. Actually, probably did, but I don't know. You know, remember, most of them are not even familiar with this. Yeah, I also agree with Rena that you're just gonna put pressure on him, man. And like whatever he says, that's not gonna just gonna make it worse. Well, that's conflicting. Like they both have some points. Like if they don't do anything about the current situation, it's gonna get nothing's gonna improve. But pulling Taki in to try to explain everything could possibly just aggravate the situation. So what do you do? Just like I'm pretty sure the answer shouldn't be that hard, but just like it comes down to how are they gonna realize what that answer is gonna be? Who's gonna help them realize that? I would just as I'm speaking about Asuka a while ago. It saves money. That's the biggest excuse ever. That's an excuse. That's a nice looking residence, though. I'm not gonna lie. You're in trouble, man. That's fine. Well, Oscar knew her like a book, read her like a book. Well, yeah, It's been. Oh, she look a whole ass whole. She look like a bonafide woman. She look a lot older now. Like I thought, like I thought her, like I thought she'd become a mom already. Huh? Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. When it didn't go their way, that's when you think. But it's understandable though. Like you're just like, wait, what? What? Mm. So the possibility that Mayu probably wasn't even better, wasn't better, but they were just so on par. But he had to choose one. Not saying that's probably it, but it's very possible. Mm-hmm. Wait, is it that run from season one? Of your book, if it's a bullshit Kumiko. For one time, I agree. They didn't. Well, I mean, I guess that way is better than saying it up front when they're not too. Well, there's some things you just kind of are better said written or typed than spoken in person. Even as much as we want to encourage the latter. And then I like the way they pass it around too. He's right. I forgot that's a thing. It's not unusual to just send a little message to just chill everyone out just like that. Just depend. I guess in this, yeah, like I said, I guess in this way, that's a way to get everyone to calm down and not just be reacting to what words are spoken in person. All right, time for some. Time for some. I'm fumbling my words right now. She's saying it out loud. That's a bad habit of her. I remember. So then you're fine. Go ahead and say it. All of it. Nothing. Yeah, naturally so. Go, girl. I just like how they clapping with the feet. That actually kind of got me, not gonna lie. Oh boy. I'm still worried about Mayu though. All good? All good. And stop. Never mind. Just before it. Well, kind of right. All right. All right, let me see. Post credits? Yeah, obviously not. It's worth a check, I guess. Hold on. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Wait, they did the performance, huh? God damn it, we don't get to see the performance. God damn it. After all that, come on, man. That was so good. Everything was so good, and you just the performance. Y'all gotta stop with that shit. That's annoying. I know, I understand. Like the final performance is where they go ham. But why does it just have to be one? Maybe the OVA, maybe the extra scenes, and well, maybe the OVA is gonna have it. That was some good shit. Not gonna lie, like that was a lot of things sinking in. But I just don't even do the performance. I would have liked to see how Mayu and Reina were gonna be doing that solo, and how in sync they were, like maybe compared to how Reina might have. Well, we didn't see that either. But I could have at least gotten the taste of like that. That just bothers me. That's the big nitpick. Y'all gotta stop skipping these damn performances. Like again, I understand why, but I just don't like the no. That's why I don't like about how this damn season is being paced. There's not enough breathing. They don't give enough breathing room for the performances. And as well, I don't think that just fucking screwed with me right now. They really had to cut the performance. It was so like before my shit picking with the lack of that performance aside. Now everything about that part was very well done, and like yeah, we understand people are not gonna be agreeing, and I feel like people are missing. I'm gonna keep saying this too, and okay, I'm gonna like you're thinking for the best, but you know, Asuka actually brought a good point up. No, I don't think it's Asuka. I think it was. Hold on, hold on a second. My bad. Okay, it was it was Asuka. Never mind. But Asuka is actually spin. That's why she's a great character. So it sucks if she's not. That like it was like season 1, season 2. She was a goat. She was like the best. Nothing against my two girls there, but she brings up a good point. Like you say, you want for the best, so you go with it. But you're not. But because of how it works, when you are not selected, you start questioning about that decision to go with it because you didn't benefit from it. And honestly, it's understandable. Like I've been in there before. I'm pretty sure, you know, and I've seen people in many of these situations. That's just how the process goes, and I can understand why people do not agree with it. They were actually, the complaints were okay. Like, yeah, there were complaints before, you know, at the start, but it wasn't until, you know, Kumiko of all people was not picked. Well, she's still in the performance, but like, but I can understand that, and that's where I felt like the clashing was, because Reina's kind of Kumiko's part right, part wrong. Reina's part right, part wrong. The thing is that my deal is that Reina's in the wrong because she gets too, because I feel like it's because of Taki that she's reacting like that. But she's also right in the fact that if they try to make anything cause complications, like asking Taki himself, and then he says why, and then there's also the bringing it up that Asuka is like, oh, he probably doesn't have a specific reason because he just like a reason, like if one is better than the other because he thinks you're both good, but he had to pick one. That's the tough deal. That's where you cannot even share the damn gold medal. Like, you're literally just good. Like, he has to pick it out. He doesn't specify. He shouldn't specify. It's just gonna cause. It's just gonna make a lot of mess up a lot of people mentally if they knew about it. But yeah, I think like at least Kumiko has to know, or at least have to get the notion that he probably doesn't think one is better than the other. He had to pick one, and try to at least know that. And I'm glad Asuka brought that up. Like, the insecurity is more like it's not of Kumiko not being as skilled. It's more of like, you know, not being as, you know, as much having that mental fortitude, be like, okay, move on. And she still has this sort of bad, and you still see she has this sort of bad habit. I mean, you literally see her just speaking out her mind, and like, I do that. I do that too a lot though. I have no problem on my end. I'm glad it was at least resolved, and like Kuma has to, you know, she has to, like, her issue is when she didn't get selected, she felt insecure. She's like, what the fuck? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do here? And like, she's wondering what's going on. Like, but she, at the same time, she's still trying to roll with it. But because of that, the other people are just like, why are you not speaking up about it, of all people? Like, and then Shuichi has to tries to make things straight. Like, we may have to resort to this if with the way it is right now. And then Reina just kind of snapped back, and the problem with Reina was like, she's like, I understand like that you have to be very very assertive. You have to have some authority to it, but it may not help if like if the party is still in kind of mental disarray. But everything said and done, I did like how it was resolved, and how this did pan out. I'm glad it wasn't stretched out as much as, you know, too unnecessarily. This was actually the last two episodes were actually the one time where I felt like the pace kind of slow, except for that part at the end when they skipped the performance that I already brought up. Why skip that? Why? I understand the circumstances behind it, but y'all gotta. That's why this shit should have gotten 2 whole seasons or 2 whole cores. Y'all can't shove the whole thing in that regards in a single season. There's just too much context there to just be able to properly portray. You can have the best directing in the world. You can have the best sort of ways of you know, in terms of like subtleties in animation, and you know, how, and to just hyper focus on the characters, you know, expressions, thoughts, how, you know, what they say, what they do. But I feel like when you have too many of these gaps in between, I don't feel like that suffices enough. I'm not saying it completely ruins it. I just feel like it doesn't punch as well as it should. And that's the main gripe, if not the only gripe that I have with this season. Not again, I know like some people are gonna be okay with this, but for me, as someone who's really liked how more carefully crafted the first 2 seasons were, except that one had a skip performance too. What the fuck? I just feel like I cannot just give too much benefit of doubt, even though I know like the inherent material is still on par. That's why we not forgiven the Chicano finale, where they crunched that whole second year into a movie length. That's a killer. They also did that trying to do the Evangelion rebuild. Look at how messy of a shit that was. As impressive looking as the visuals were, as impressive the OST was, it just that one wasn't it. I even have that complaint for Heaven's Feel too, as much as I still really loved the first two, the last two films. The first one's enjoyable, but kind of too much curbing. We'll see. Well, at least like that speech at the, like that was very. She spoke it out, and there's that run that they had, and there's a lot of weight to that. There was a lot of weight to that. I like that. I really like that build up, and like it did get to me right there. It almost did. Like it was maybe like I was actually about to tear up at one point. Not gonna lie. But then but again, like maybe I should have skipped the post credits, because like I would have known that they just skipped the performance. I would just found out later on. Never mind. Like that's the only thing I couldn't forgive this episode for. That was going all good, all perfect, and then y'all skipped the performance. What? But then again, like, I'm just gonna safely say this is more of a personal preference sort of thing, where I felt like they shouldn't just stick with one performance per fucking time. Although again, I can kind of understand, like, it's so fucking hard to. Sorry, I'm cussing a little bit more than usual. Not like it makes any difference, but you get my drift. Like, we need to see the fruits of we want to see the fruits of those results. The notable ones in play. And what kind of slightly ruined season 2 for me, was that skipped final performance. Like, sure, they showed it in the contemplation movie, but the contemplation movie, with its added content, everything else just kind of, feels skimmed, as you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's all I really got to note here. I don't think this is a complete failure, like far from it. Like, but they really gotta, but if there's one thing, Kyoane really gotta stop curbing a lot of stuff. Kyoane is not good with faithful adapting. I'm just gonna put it honest with y'all. They're great at a lot of things except for that. Well, that's all I gotta say here. Smash the like button, never don't think in the comments below. Follow me on Twitter, support the YouTube channel, join Discord, share this video, and all that good stuff. And yeah, wish you have someone like Asuka in your life, I guess, to try to guide your shit around. And boy, are they are gay for sure. Like, she just lets her do that. Anyways, I guess that's it for me here. Retention signing off, y'all. See you next time. Take care, stay safe, and have a great day. Peace.